What's up, guys? So, there's going to be another video explaining exactly what went wrong last night. What a catastrophic failure of a show it really was. Um, but before we get into that, just in case you were watching the show and weren't able to see some of the cards that we pulled, and it's a real tragedy that I was not able to show them off in the appropriate way because some of them are just stunners, and I really want to give people the chance to see what we found. So these are just some of the hits. We managed to get our hands on a couple boxes of Goosebumps, and right off the bat, there's an Omega on the Monster Blood 2. Right? I love Omegas. I love Alphas. I even love like quarter cards or halfway cards. Nice, real solid numbers I enjoy a lot. And then we found this gorgeous bronze Rocketeer on Blast Off, and I love the way the flames work against the bronze background for these cards. Real nice low number as well. Beautiful hit. And then we start getting into some of the super rare stuff. So another gorgeous Beverly LA sketch from Goosebumps. 101er, stunner. Love seeing her work. And then talk about a surprise. I typically only get a couple boxes of Vincent at a time, Designer Con Vincent, just because, you know, it's more of a niche product, and it's also a little bit more expensive than the typical stuff. But I'll tell you what, every time I've opened one of these boxes, it's been something incredible. So not only do we find, I'll show you the card that was inside here, but this falls into my hand as I'm opening it. And as it turns out, when they were at Designer Con, hold on if I can get it out of here. When they were at Designer Con, Sidekick put this inside the box, and it turns out the great curator was watching, and he didn't even know that that had happened. So there was a one-of-one sketch by Sidekick hidden in the box, and nobody knew it was there until we found it. And my goodness, what a surprise. And then, of course, we find the Vegas Vincent Gold Stars 9 of 10. So talk about, you know, huge value. You get the one-of-one sketch, and you get the Gold Stars 9 of 10 for taking a chance on Vincent. You never know what you're going to find. And then, which one was this? Oh, that's the Beverly. All right, I already showed you that one. Hold on. So then we open probably the last 5 sealed boxes of Stan Lee that anyone is going to ever get directly from Saturday Morning Cards. Now, you can get sealed, out-of-print cards on the secondary market like eBay, but it's been my experience, and I've opened a lot of secondary market cards, you're typically going to find a silver card, because probably what people are doing is opening the cases, and we all know that the old school cases have guaranteed hits with like 2 or 3 silver cards built into them. So there's a good chance that people are opening these old cases, pulling out the hits, and then putting the silver cards that are still sealed, but putting them up for sale, and telling people, hey, you got a chance at a gold, you got a chance of a black one-of-one. But it's been my experience that that's not usually the case. And when you get cards directly from Saturday Morning Cards, you have, or someone who purchases directly from Saturday Morning Cards, you have an incredible opportunity to find things like this. Now, like I said, these were the last several boxes of Stan Lee that we were able to find. So right off the bat, E.J. Su, who was the artist for this product, has a Thor doodle and his signature inside the box. Had no idea it was there, but you, like I say, keep telling everybody, you always have to check the inside art because of things like this. So there's the Excelsior on the Silver Age, 78 of 100 on the black custom case. Or I'm sorry, the black and white custom case, the Thor doodle. And then, sure enough, we open another box, and what do we find? Boom. A Black Panther doodle and the E.J. Su signature. Now, speaking of E.J. Su, EJ Sue was our second guest, our second live sketch guest on the show. And today I received the sketch that he made for our show. And before I get to that, he was nice enough to include this beautiful, beautiful sketch with his signature. That is going to the person that bought the sketch. And I just want to show you this. I had asked him to do a Rocketeer sketch. And what's interesting about this, those aren't just markers. Those are actually paint markers. So this sketch is painted. It's on a, there's his signature right there. It's on an SMC 1/1 old school blue card. And man, oh man, just so fortunate to make the connections that we've made on this show. So fortunate for the people that work for and with Saturday Morning Cards, because by and large, they are just some of the most generous, high quality people I've ever had the opportunity to do business with or work with. And that's really rare. That's one of the reasons I'm so proud to be affiliated with this company. And massive, massive talent. So the next video is going to explain what went wrong during the show and the steps that are being taken to correct it, make sure it never happens again. So until then, keep collecting.